We are starting Book 5 of Captain Underpants and the Wrath of the Wicked Wedgie Woman by Dav Pilkey. If you have missed any of the other ones, there is a playlist that has all of them, and you can just watch them all in order. Or you can click on the links in the description below. And this starts off with a quote from Albert Einstein: "Imagination is more important than knowledge." All right. Hi, everybody. Before you read this story, there's some stuff you need to know. Read this comic book to fill yourself in on the story so far. But remember, this info is top secret, so don't let it fall into the wrong hands. And we'll read this very quickly, but we will read it. The Trouble with Captain Underpants, Now It Can Be Told, a infomercial comic by George and Harold. Once upon a time, there were two cool kids named George and Harold. We kick butt. Me too. But they had a mean principal named Mr. Krupp. Come over here, Bobs. No way. One time, George and Harold hypnotized Mr. Krupp with a 3D hypno ring. You will obey our command. Okay. George and Harold made him think he was a great superhero named Captain Underpants. Look, I'm Captain Underpants. Ha 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 ha. But it was funny at first. But then Mr. Krupp jumped out the window. Hey, where do you think you're going? To fight crime. Okay. George and Harold had to chase after him so he wouldn't get killed or hurt. Come over here, Bob. No way. They had many adventures with lots of inappropriate humor. Diapers and toilets and poop. Oh my. Then one day, Mr. Krupp accidentally drank superpower juice. Glub, glub. Now he's got superpowers. He can fly too. Tra-la-la. The two things you have to be careful about is water and finger snaps. Snap. For if you snap your fingers by Mr. Krupp, snap, he turns into Captain Underpants. Tra-la-la. And if you pour water on Captain Underpants' head, he turns back into Mr. Krupp. Blah, 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 blah. So if you see Mr. Krupp, don't snap your fingers or you'll be sorry. Mr. Krupp plus snap equals Captain Underpants. And if you see Captain Underpants, don't pour no water on his head, or you'll be sorry. H2O. Nah. Remember, this is top secret, so don't tell anybody. Chapter 1. George and Harold. This is George Beard and Harold Hutchins. George is the kid on the left with the tie and the flat top. Harold is the one on the right with the t-shirt and the bad haircut. Remember that now. And this says, people, please wear your socks on the gym floor. At most schools, the teachers try to emphasize the 3 R's: reading, writing, and arithmetic. But George and Harold's teachers, Miss Ribble was more concerned with enforcing what she called the 3 S's. Sit down, shut your pie holes, and stop driving me crazy. While this was unfortunate for all of her students, it was especially bad for George and Harold because they were very imaginative boys. You see, imagination was not really encouraged at George and Harold's school. In fact, it was discouraged. Imagination would not only get you a one-way ticket to the principal's office. This was sad for George and Harold because they didn't get straight A's. They weren't sports stars, and they could barely walk down the hallway without getting into trouble. This says, "Please go pee-wee, you sock, blah." And then it changed to, "Please go pee-pee on your socks for warmth." And they had leftover letters, YLOL. See what I mean? But George and Harold had one thing that most of the other folks at Jerome Horowitz Elementary School didn't have: imagination. They were full of it. And one day, they would use that imagination to save the entire human race from being overthrown by a crazed woman with even crazier superpowers. But before I can tell you that story, I have to tell you this story. Chapter 2, Ms. Ribble's Big News. One fine day, George and Harold's homeroom teacher, Ms. Ribble, entered the classroom looking a bit meaner than usual. "All right, settle down," shouted Ms. Ribble. "I have some bad news for you. I'm retiring." Hooray! Cried the children. Not today, snapped Ms. Ribble. At the end of the school year. Oh, man, moaned the children. But the staff is throwing me a retirement party for me today, said Ms. Ribble. Hooray! Cried the children. During recess, said Ms. Ribble. Oh, man, moaned the children. There will be lots of free ice cream, said Ms. Ribble. Hooray! Cried the children. My favorite flavor, chunky tofu, said Ms. Ribble. Oh, man, moaned the children. But first, says Ms. Ribble, it's time for something fun. Hooray! Cried the children. You'll all get to make happy retirement cards for me, said Ms. Ribble. Oh, man, moaned the children. Chapter 3, When You Care Enough to Send the Very Best. Ms. Ribble went around the classroom handing out envelopes, sheets of construction paper, and butterfly stencils to all of the children. Then she wrote a poem on the chalkboard. All right, take out your crayons, said Ms. Ribble harshly. I want you to use stencils to make a yellow butterfly on the front of your cards. When you're done, copy this poem on the inside. And it says, roses are red, violets are blue. You are retiring, and we'll miss you. Signed, your name here. Can we make up our own poems? Asked Melvin Snedley. No, snapped Ms. Ribble. Do we have to use stencils? Asked Aaron Mancini. Yes, yelled Ms. Ribble. Can we make our butterflies purple? Asked Stephanie Yarkoff. No, screamed Ms. Ribble. Butterflies are yellow. Everyone knows that. While the rest of the class worked on their cards, George and Harold had a better idea. Oh, let's make Ms. Ribble a comic book instead, said George. Yeah, said Harold. We can make it all about her. It'll be cool. So that's just what they did. Chapter 4, Captain Underpants and the Wrath of the Wicked Wedgie Woman by George Beard and Harold Hutchins. Captain Underpants and the Wrath of the Wicked Wedgie Woman. Story by George Beard, pictures by Harold Hutchins. Once upon a time, there was a really mean teacher named Ms. Ribble who was very mean. Grr, I'm evil. I am evil. It says, I am evil. She gave us lots of homework and yelled at us all the time. Read 250 pages for a test. Oh, man. One time, at Christmas vacation, she gave everybody 41 book reports. Ho, ho, ho. December 25th. Wake up. It's time to open your presents. I can't. I have to do my homework. After Christmas, everybody turned in a big pile of book reports. Ha, ha, ha. Then something terrible happened. Crash. Help! Ms. Ribble was buried in a mountain of book reports. She's really most sincerely dead. That's a quote from Wizard of Oz. No, she's not. We can rebuild her, Doctor. We can make her better than she was, faster, stronger, eviler. Bionic legs, bionic leg, bionic hair, bionic arm, operating table, surgeon. When Ms. Ribble got out of the hospital, she had bionic powers. I will take over the world. Ha, ha, ha. So she made a evil costume. Snip, snip. Her bionic beehive hairdo opened up to reveal an evil wedgie RoboClaw. Ha, ha, ha. Nobody can stop me now. Oh, jeez. Innocent bystander. Hell, Wedgie Woman is the teacher's loud. She just drank all the coffee, and now she's giving the gym teacher a killer wedgie. Oh, the horror. She better make a fresh pot. This job, it looks like a job for Captain Underpants. Crash. What's the problem, Bob? Hell, it's Wedgie Woman. This is the principal. So Captain Underpants got into a big fight with Wedgie Woman. She tried to give him a wedgie, but Captain Underpants was faster than a speeding waistband. Zip. More powerful than boxer shorts. Pow. Ouch. Or maybe that's Claw says that. Ouch. And able to leap tall buildings without getting a wedgie. A-tra-la-la-la. So, Wedgie Woman went to the store to buy some spray starch. New spray starch. Warning, do not spray this product on your underwear or you'll be sorry. Starch is the enemy of underwear. Wedgie Woman sprayed. Got you. Hi. Oh no, my underpants is all stiff and uncomfortable. Ha ha. Captain Underpants tried to push the buttons on his utility waistband, but they were broke. He was powerless. I'm doomed. Wedgie Woman gave Captain Underpants a big wedgie, and then she hung him from a flagpole. Rats. Nobody can stop me now. Soon some kids came by. Captain Underpants needs our help. So they threw him a rope. Catch. Then they pulled real hard and let go. Boing. Splash. This is a swimming pool. The kids poured fabric softener in the pool. That's fabric softener. Suddenly the starch got washed away. Hooray! My underpants is soft and cottony once again. Hallelujah! Thanks, kids. No problem. Oh, no problemo. Soon Captain Underpants found Wedgie Woman. Remember me? Give him Robo-Claw. He flew up. It's wedgie time. He swooped around, and Robo-Claw reached for underwear, but it grabbed the wrong pair. Owie. Owie. It's off to jail with you. Aw, man. Tra-la-la. Hooray! That's the end. Notice any similarities to actual persons living or dead is very, very unfortunate. And that is the end of what we wrote. Next we will read Chapter 5, The Wrath of Miss Ribble. All right. There we go. Oh, no. I forgot my bookmark. I will put it back in. There we go. Okay. Good night. I love you.